Good morning, everyone. It's Cassie. I hope you're having an awesome day. Welcome back to Spellcaster University. The villagers send their regards, which in a Song of Ice and Fire terminology means I'm about to die. But here, it just means they want something. Hi there, we're from around here. We don't like trouble, and we're not fond of strangers. What exactly are you doing here? Don't worry, we exclusively teach sacred magic in accordance with the rules of the Church of Light, is 125 light mana, and rep with the Inquisition -10, but rep with the Peasants +10. Do not worry, for our school mainly trains mages specialized in the healing of farm animals, is 110 natural mana and rep with the Peasants +5. Or do not worry, for our school mainly trains mages specialized in necromancy and the summoning of powerful demons, is 140 shadow mana, rep with the Peasants -20, rep with the Lord of Evil +5. Hadn't really thought far ahead into, like, on the lake, what magic do we want to specialize in? But since I know that we have the lake monster, basically the Loch Ness monster, to kind of relate to on this map, like we had the minstrel and like we had the forest troll, I'm going to go with natural mana. I don't actually know if I need that, but it seems like a smart bet for helping a lake monster. We can draw from our nature deck now because of that. And we have Fawn. This creature wanders the school and greatly decreases the growth rate of tiredness, hunger, and boredom of nearby teachers for a long time. Some say the mages have enslaved it, but the truth is that it loves its pathetic trough and does not miss its native forest lands at all, obviously. We have Ivy. The room housing the ivy and all adjacent rooms become more efficient, activities go by faster. It manages to grow back anytime you cut it, so everyone pretends to like having it around. Also, it's important to note you shouldn't eat it. Always a good thing to remind people. Or we have Wooden Set from the World Tree. Active characters in the same room generate some prestige. It's not necessarily more practical or elegant than a standard set, but it does give food a taste of sap. Some people like that, apparently. I'm kind of torn between... These are all good options. I'm torn between the ivy and the wooden set, the chess set. And I think I'm going to go with the chess set because the prestige would be nice. I'm hoping that the ivy comes back up. Why is this considered a food item? Is it a tea set and not a chess set? Wow, yeah, I guess so. This whole time I thought it was chess. We have students now. And we also have our guinea pig, so we could go visit someone if we wanted. Yeah. The lake monster hasn't come up yet, but we can go and visit someone. Let's visit the king. Before the castle gates waits a group of horses alongside several packs of dogs. A royal hunting session is about to start. We have 3 things that we can play anytime. I simply came for the pleasure of conversing with our dear majesty is rep +10. It's a touchy subject, but the university needs money is rep -5, but 150 gold. I came to ask you to attack the Lord of Evil before it's too late is rep with the kingdoms -15 and Lord of Evil strength -3%. And we can't do this because we don't have 50 rep with the kingdom. Enjoy the hunt, your majesty is +15 rep, or can we join the hunt? Requires at least 40 rep and draws the card hunting trophy. I'm going to go with enjoy the hunt and take the +15 to rep with the king. That's a nice little boost. At the end of the last game, we started here at the lake, so our school's still pretty small, not a lot going on with it. But we do have the gazebo. I'm kind of holding on to the gazebo and waiting for a better place to put it because right now I can't put it anywhere, and it's weird shaped and it's top level and it's kind of odd. Oh, I can place the counselor's office though. I don't know why I'm waiting on that. I'm only half aware of what's in my hand, realistically. We do. Okay. Wait, what room is this? Okay. In this classroom, the teacher does not gain boredom, but does gain less tiredness and hunger. More students? And the orcs are coming to visit. We've got, I'm going to draw real quick from our standard deck. Light Room, a classroom that allows students to slowly improve all their light magic skills, heroism, retribution, and sacred magic. No, this is not Sunday school. Students Hall we already have but could upgrade, allows 5 students to reduce boredom. We could also put in a second one. Students love hanging around, and this is the place for it. Or we have Teacher's Lounge, a room where teachers can lower tiredness, hunger, and boredom while healing and increasing sanity. Teachers love to get together here to compare how bad their students are or compete for the worst timetable. These are all pretty good, but I'm going to go with the light room for now. I haven't yet gotten any objectives. You can see here there are no stars, but classrooms are always nice to have, and then I can keep it in my hand and play it later once we know a little bit more about where we need to specialize our magic. Tribe Tribute. We orcs don't need much, and what we need we can take from those weak humans. On the other hand, you could give us things directly so that we don't have to kill you first. That way, everyone wins. Always happy to give a tribute, truly, is minus 100 gold, which we can't do, and plus 15 rep with the orcs. Sorry, but we have a bit of a shortage these days, is rep minus 10. You're free to come. We will pay the blood price, is you're being attacked by 4 orcs. Or our alchemists can craft what you need, which we can do, is minus 100 alchemy mana and rep plus 35. I'm playing in window mode now, so you can't see how much alchemy mana I have, but I do have enough to qualify for this. I can't. Well, you can see. I can't see. I hope you're pleased to know that your view is better than mine. But that was a good choice, I think. I moved to window mode because I realized the last time I recorded this game, the scene I was recording was my desktop and not my game specifically, because I was doing something a little different. I've switched back to game now, but when I play this game and I tab out, say for instance if I need a drink of water, if I need to mute my mic, then you see my desktop. Like if I opened up Discord, you'd see my Discord. With most of the games I play, it's not like that. So switched my view, and I'm also playing windowed so the game doesn't minimize when I click out of it. We have from our shadow deck Leprechaun Skull. When a student is at least level 1 in Assassination and level 1 in Demonology, they receive the Leprechaun Skull, making it so learning Shadow Magic also generates gold up to 10% of Shadow Magic gained. That explains how the Leprechaun family that settled in the garden disappeared. We have Janitor Lodge, supplies a janitor who cleans walls vandalized by students and improves the room's efficiency. The janitor is linked to Shadow Magic because you need a seriously dark temper to scare off students. Or we have Guild Banner. Active characters in this room... Oh, sorry, Evil Banner, not Guild Banner. Active characters in this room improve your reputation with the Lord of Evil, the banner of a megalomaniac. I'm going Janitor Lodge. I'll hang on to it for a second. We've got students coming up, and then we'll have the peasants coming up. I just want you to know that I'm talking more than breathing, so I'm getting tired. Allergic to pollen. Me too, little student, me too. Hey mages, could you help us? The thieves from the Adventurers Guild spend their days spreading chaos across the village. A troll murder here, a loud party there. Could you tell them to calm down a bit? Of course, let's teach them a lesson. A lesson? You know what I'm saying. Improves the rep with peasants plus 20, rep with Adventurers Guild minus 30. A good old firestorm would put everyone on the same page. Requires an elementalist dojo, rep with peasants -10, and adventurers guild -10, but +10 prestige. Let's ask the king to handle it. Requires at least 40 rep with the kingdom, and is rep with the peasants and the adventurers guild +5. Or I have nothing to do with your nonsense, is rep -15 with the peasants. I think I can take the hit to the rep with the adventurers guild, but we'll find out. And I kind of want to use the guinea pig that just came up to go and see the Adventurers Guild and fix that a little bit before the lake monster comes in. Guild Tavern. Meeting the Adventurers Guild. Welcome to the guild. What do you need? Do you need a team of adventurers to plunder a dungeon? That's our specialty, but we have a diverse package of other services. Something's happening here. The guild's adventurers seem to have captured a gigantic creature that they are attempting with great difficulty to subjugate using ropes. Together we can fight the armies of darkness, is rep with the Adventurers Guild +10 and with the Lord of Evil -5. We're on the same team. You wouldn't happen to have some loot to share with us by any chance? Requires at least 0, at least neutral rep with them, is rep -10 and receives 250 gold. Would you happen to have an artifact to share with your favorite university? Is rep -20, choose 1 card out of 3, but requires 50 rep. This creature is not dangerous, let it go. Requires at least 30 rep with them, receives 1000 natural mana, that's a big bump. Rep with Adventurers Guild -20, or let us handle this, we know what to do with such creatures. Requires 40 rep with the Adventurers Guild, draws the card Pegasus. I'm going to say the only thing I can say, together we can fight the armies of darkness, which is rep +10 and Lord of Evil -5. I think I should place the Janitor's Lodge sooner rather than later. One of the students has opened up a portal. My administrator, I think is what this person is, has come for a visit. Wow, that portal's already gone. Bright future. It's time to create specific teaching goals. We should put a curriculum together so our students end up with great futures. What curriculum would you like to create? We have Beastbinder, which requires enchantment and beast magic. Lich, which requires only necromancy. Or Enchanter, which requires enchantment, heroism, and elementalism. I'm gonna go with Lich because that seems like the easiest possible one. And we have a shadow room. I believe we are generating a good amount of shadow mana. Oh yeah, it's right here. So as we generate shadow mana, we can focus in a little more on necromancy. And we'll see also what the lake monster wants and focus on that too. The parents are come to visit. Hello, did you know that neighboring schools give scholarships to their best students? Well, what about you? Hello, did you know the neighboring school gives scholarships to their best students? What about you? Well, no, we don't do that. Is -3.16 prestige. I love those. Of course we have scholarships, requires 75 gold and draws 2 new students cards. The kingdom takes care of the students who need it, requires 60 rep with the kingdom, draws 1 card new students and 1 card new house. Or yes, we offer special scholarships to further the education of lycanthrope students and help them integrate. Requires 75 gold and draws 2 new werewolves cards. 50 gold for this one. Oh no, 75 gold for both. I'm gonna go with the werewolves. Just saying. Aggressive and demoralized. Their insults make the targeted students lose much more sanity, and they lose sanity over time. Can I change where my class is? I can't change this, it looks like. Arcane Scholar, I want to change that to something else, but I can't. I'm fine with that. I see Posthumous. What do you want? School specialty. Every respectable school needs a special magic discipline they specialize in. It's crucial if to be recognized internationally. In that case, let us become known for arcane. Only light magic is worthy of our school. Alchemy will do the trick. Or I know some people think it's uncool, but I still like nature magic. These each require us to learn 8,000 or to earn 8,000 mana in the school that we choose, the discipline that we choose. So, I'm gonna go natural on this one, and I guess in this playthrough we'll kind of focus in on shadow and natural magic. Bright Staff Refectory allows 7 staff members to lower hunger, tiredness, and boredom while healing and increasing sanity. After a good meal, their hunger grows slower. A much nicer place than the sad, dark place the students eat at. We have Chamber of Truth, which we already have and could upgrade. A classroom that allows students to quickly improve their retribution skills. Here's where we train light magic mages who have psychopathic tendencies, otherwise known as Inquisitors. Or we have Flower Crown. When a student is at least level 3 in Herbalism and level 1 in Sacred Magic, they get a Flower Crown. They are now unaffected by boredom. You can see I'm playing this one a little more strategically than I've played the other ones in the past. I'm going to go with the Bright Staff Refectory this time. Only 1 student. We have enough prestige that we should be getting more. This student wants something. Solstice Ball. The Solstice Ball is around the corner. This is a good opportunity to forget the war. What are you preparing? Let's set up a large stone circle to dance all clothed. Requires 100 natural mana and draws the card Dolmen. Here's some money to set up the ball. Requires 50 gold and draws the card Refectory. Let's have a huge feast. Requires 2 refectories, draws 3 cheese cards and 3 alcohol cards, or we have no money to hold a ball, get back to studying, is minus 5 prestige. You can have 50 gold, that's fine. Oh, I suppose we could upgrade our refectory now, huh? I just added some crown molding across the wall. We can draw from our standard deck and from our alchemy deck. Not alchemy, the other one. Arcane. We have School Coat of Arms. Active characters in the same room generate a bit of prestige. A little school pride never hurts and looks good during official visits. Alchemy Room, a classroom that allows students to improve all of their alchemy skills, runes, potions, and enchantment. High-level experiments take place here. Colored, precipitates, pH measurements, etc. Or we can upgrade our dormitory. Comes with 5 beds for students to recover their tiredness. I'll go with the School Coat of Arms. I don't know why I'm so focused on prestige, but here we are. I also don't know if sleeping students count as active students in this room. We have students, we have the Adventurers Guild, and we still have our guinea pig that I'm hanging on for, but let's first draw from our decks. We have Demonic Chamber, a classroom that allows students to quickly improve their demonology skills. This room is especially secured for demon summoning. Honestly, it is. We could upgrade our Janitor's Lodge, or we could put in a health risk waffle maker. Characters who eat in this room no longer feel hunger for a few minutes, but are more susceptible to loss of health. This device makes waffles at an insane rate, but they do contain gluten, artificial sweeteners, several hues of food coloring, battery farm chickens' eggs, and meat from cute and cuddly lambs. I'm going with the health risk waffle maker because the orcs like it. We haven't had a lot of visits from the orcs where they're like, give me cheese or give me waffles, but as we know from previous episodes, they do come through for that reason. From our arcane deck, Gazebo, which we already have in hand, allows a character to admire the landscape, which reduces boredom and improves sanity. This elegant feature also generates prestige. The view from this gazebo has been magically manipulated to be magnificent, whereas in reality it's, well. We have Temporal Room, a classroom that allows students to quickly improve their temporal magic skills. We are keeping the risks of paradoxes to a minimum. Or Elementalist Dojo, a classroom that allows students to quickly improve their elementalism skills. The only real magic that counts is the ability to cast fireballs. This is the room where you learn just that. None of these are great. I'm not focusing on arcane magic at all, so I don't know how we're coming up with so much of it. So I'm going to go with Gazebo, and then if we do put the Gazebo in, we can upgrade it. Otherwise, I can sell one or both of these cards. These little patches of one students, they're so odd. My adventurer friends and I are back from the battlefield. We won, but I slipped on the way back and slashed my leg. Can you do something? Oh, it's not that bad. Could have consequences later on. Perform a hand imposition. Could have consequences later on, but also loses 50 light mana. And rep with the Adventurers Guild plus 15. Go to the infirmary, they'll take care of you. Requires an infirmary, which we don't have. Could have consequences and is rep plus 5. Or go to the local chapel. I'm not a specialized sacred magic priest, is rep minus 10. I suppose we will do a hand imposition. I'm waiting and waiting and waiting for the monster to come up, but I guess let's use our guinea pig. With the Adventurers Guild, our rep is the lowest, minus, Lord of Evil. So we'll go see them again. She turns around and points out a combat instructor who's available to teach you a lesson. We have these first three, which we always have. And this is the only one we can do, so guess what we're going to do. We have a few students who could use a lesson, which requires 150 gold and draws the card Weapons and Shield. Or our students are lacking in combat ability, so I'm willing to pay. Requires 500 gold, draws Weapon and Shield, and Weapons Rack. So I'm going to go with Together We Can Fight the Armies. It's quiet right now. Here are students. Wow, the Adventurers Guild's already back. Healing needs. The last dungeon we visited, our healer was attacked by a giant squid and died. You couldn't resuscitate him, could you? It's hard to find good healers around here. I'm sorry, but death is incurable is the only thing we can do, and it's rep minus 10. There, he should work like he did before, but watch your neck. Has at least one coffin. Rep plus 10, draws the card New Vampires, could have consequences. Okay, so he's back to life, so to speak, but I must warn you, he's changed a little. Requires one crypt, which we don't have. Is rep plus 10 with Adventurers Guild and Lord of Evil, and could have consequences. Or Heroes Never Die, receives minus 150 light mana. Rep plus 25, draws the card Archangel Wings, could have consequences. I'm sorry, but death is incurable is not a thing I want to say, especially because we are focusing on necromancy. Oh, she's the nurse. I was like, she is the only person wearing all white. Makes sense. Wait, he's wearing all white? What's his deal? Teaches retribution. I see. Noah Rutabaga. That's a good name. What does this person want? Dragon Merchant. All the cool schools have dragons. Wouldn't you like to be a cool school or remain a lame duck forever? If your answer is the former, I can sell you dragons for 125 gold pieces a pop. No thanks, that's a bit too expensive for us. Does nothing. Fine, I will take a dragon. Requires 125 gold, and you can draw one of 3 cards. Or choose one of 3 cards. Or give us some time to think about it, postpones. I'm going to say no thanks. That world event could come up again. And like dragons come up in your hand often enough that it doesn't really matter. Oh, we have stuff to make at least 1 potion. Parkafit hat, alcohol, and Millywing feather. Have we done that one? Yes, cleaning potion. I'm gonna throw a sleeper soul in there and see what it decides it wants to be. Sylvan elixir, great! We have stable, a classroom that allows students to quickly improve their beast magic skills. A room filled with animals trying to bite you. Greenhouse, a classroom, this is top level. These two are both top level buildings. A classroom that allows students to quickly improve their herbalism skills. The greenhouse ensures a warm and damp working environment. Students love it. Or pig chamber. Up to 3 students can use the pig chamber to communicate with the outside world and speed up communications with factions. Birds are outdated technology. With its aerodynamic contours, the guinea pig is the messenger of the future. I'm going to go with stable. And I'll put it right in. I'm going to draw from our light deck, and then you can see the lake monsters here. Chamber of Truth we could upgrade. Heroes Chapel, a classroom that allows students to quickly improve their heroism skills. Many students will end up killing dragons and plundering dungeons, so this is where we train them to fight more conventionally. Or Bright Shoulder Pads. When a student is at least level 4 in Retribution, they receive Bright Shoulder Pads, which grant 10 additional health points and 1 armor point in dungeons. Made from steel, harder than the toughest and driest of refectory breads. That was challenging to read. Like, all of these are for me, I guess, but for some reason, refectory breads didn't want to be said. This is too much focus on light magic. I suppose we can upgrade our Chamber of Truth. I have the ingredients to make a potion. Demonic Distillation. I'm going to draw from... I'm trying really hard to do stuff before the lake monster gets here. We could upgrade our Janitor's Lodge. We also have chains. Active students in this room are intimidated and misbehave less for a few minutes. They're almost never used, but dissuasion is an art form, just like painting and sculpting. Or Demon Tapestry. Active students in this room slightly improve their demonology skills. A demon tapestry is much darker than a standard one, but it's important to set a mood, particularly when working in dark arts. We're focusing on shadow mana, but like with an emphasis on necromancy. So I'm gonna go with the demon tapestry just for the mana. Oh, I'm not gonna try to read this. You can see it's all just weird. That was in the lake. Wait here. Could have some consequences. Puts the event on hold. Learn its language. Requires at least 200 natural mana. Triggers a new event. Or talk spirit to spirit. Has at least 200 arcane mana. Triggers a new event. We could do either of these. We can do this one right now. Or I could put it on hold and wait for this one. So I'm just going to do this one since we have the arcane mana. Salutations. I am the lake's guardian. Do you have some good fish for me? Not really. Puts the event on hold. Let's say I can find some fish for you. Has at least 1 aquarium. Triggers a new event. Let's raise some funds in the kitchen, has at least 3 refectories, triggers a new event, or ridiculous, I refuse to have this thing in my lake, could have consequences later on. I'm going to say not really, and I'm going to work on one of these. 3 refectories is that's a lot of refectories, and not like a level 3 refectory, 3 refectories, if I'm remembering this right. Oh, maybe we can't visit the lake monster, or maybe we have to finish this quest line first. But who are we herding with? Still the adventurers? Yeah. The right hand of the guild's leader comes up to you and explains that they have recently sent a small squad to spy on the movements of the Lord of Evil's army. We have the same things we always have when we visit, or we're going to send you some old students as reinforcements. Have trained at least 5 conscripted mages, or at least 3 heroes. Lord of Evil strength minus 3%. Since I can only do this, I'm going to do this. And I recognize that, like, the Lord of Evil, our rep with him is tanking, and that's fine. It's fine. Oh, our Shadow Man is up again. We have prison. When a teacher catches a student misbehaving, the student is sent to prison to discourage them from doing it again for a while and encourage them to work more. A dunce's cap is better? Are you serious? Nothing puts a message across better than a nice cold jail cell. Child eating bed. Generates an ingredient called sleeper soul, but sometimes harms its guest. This bed has its own will and only accepts the students it deems worthy. Everyone else will be devoured. Rather, that's what the legend says, but experts claim that it simply eats when hungry. Or Divermi tentaculi, non-humans, which is elves, vampires, werewolves, deep folk, and half-orcs working in this room, improve the magic disciplines they already know. The human mind is too weak to interact with the dark secrets of this book. That's the one I'm going with, Divermi tentaculi. Look at it, it's weird. It's weird and I love it. It's a weird thing to be in a light room, at least. Village banner. Active characters in this room improve your reputation with peasants. It's not super prestigious, but it makes the locals happy. Or alchemy room. A classroom that allows students to slowly improve all their alchemy skills, runes, potions, and enchantment. High-level experiments take place here. Colored precipitates, pH measurements, etc. I feel like I've read this today. I'm waffling, but I think I'm going to go with the village banner. The passive reputation gains are really nice to me. So I don't have to go and visit the peasants every single time we get a guinea pig. We have a student who wants something. All I'm saying is, I did see hordes of students misbehaving and they're making so much noise that I can't concentrate. It's so annoying. Go back to work. We've had this one a few times, so I'm not going to read every single detail. Go back to work and stop bothering me with this nonsense, or extreme situations call for extreme solutions. This one does nothing. This one is -4 rep, but draws the card Pyre, and is something we can do. -4 prestige, not rep. Pyre. Active characters in this room have a chance of becoming good and earning a trait that allows them to learn light magic faster. You can't deny how festive it is, and is a great way of getting rid of disruptive elements. I'm going to put the Pyre in active students in this room. An active character in this room. Put it here. Stable, we have and can upgrade the Sylvan King's Horn. When a student is at least level 3 in Druidism, they get the Sylvan King's Horns. Their tiredness now grows 75% slower. This is a Druid's artifact mainly because they take up so much room indoors. Or Shamanic Staff. When a student is at least level 2 in Druidism, they get a shamanic staff. They now generate 30% more natural mana when studying. It's not really a proper staff, it's more like a stick with some duct tape. Can I put 2 sleeper souls in the same potion? Nope. We have destructive potion. Greatly injures all attackers. We won't really have attackers, I think. Merchant Gold. The Merchants Guild is interested in your new university. We might even be willing to support you financially if you make sure investing in your university is profitable. For this, your goal will be to collect 10,000 gold pieces. Well, I think we can come to an arrangement. Receives 200 gold and the quest Merchant Guild, which would be to earn 10,000 gold by the end of the playthrough. Or we do not care for your money. Our cause is nobler than that. Receives 5 prestige and triggers a new event. Let's try it. It's risky. I might not get this one done, but let's try it. And that's our third objective in this game. Oh, we're already a quarter of the way there. That won't be bad. I'm just seeing, like, if I sell stuff, what do I get? We have graduates already. Imp reduces the cost of shadow cards by 1. And was by far this person's most likely outcome. There we go. Wow. That wasn't a very likely one. Adventurer gains 200 gold. I'll take that, thank you. Village Mage I'll stay with. Okay. We can draw from our standard deck. We have Psychologist, which we could upgrade. Common Room, a room where students from the same house may rest and entertain themselves. This improves their efficiency in class. Giving some houses a common room and not others will create a stimulating feeling of jealousy across the school. Or private apartments. In this room, your teachers can rest, which takes care of all their needs, or prepare for their next class. Teachers who sleep at school have more time to work. I'm gonna go with Common Room. We have Righteous Cloister, a classroom that allows students to quickly improve their sacred magic skills. The peaceful atmosphere of the cloister teaches the apprentice mages to be one with the light. Heroic Statue. Characters working in here have a small chance of gaining the Courageous trait, which makes them more powerful in combat. You'll never find someone more heroic than this statue. Not once has it run away from danger. Or Light Scepter. When a student is at least level 1 in Retribution and level 3 in Heroism, they receive a Light Scepter, which generates 1 reputation point with the Inquisition each time the student gains a light magic level. It's like a portable lighthouse, which is useful if you've got a ship to steer. I'm going to go with the Heroic Statue. Again, I don't think we're going to have combatants in this playthrough. But the Courageous trait is nice. Roasting Box. Sir, we can't keep this up. Grading all this homework takes an eternity, and our students don't help. They're so unutterably incompetent. The beds are like bricks, our meals are paltry, and not to mention our wages. This is why my colleagues and I have one demand to make: a special box that makes great coffee. Why not talk about it calmly while sharing drinks? Discards the card Alcohol. Alright, I'll order one for you immediately. Receives minus 120 gold, draws the card Coffee Machine, or I refuse, coffee is bad for your health, I'm doing this for you, is minus 5 prestige. And that's the only thing I can do. Thankfully I've got enough prestige, it's not going to hurt too badly. I mean, it doesn't feel great. We can draw from our shadow deck, and I'm really hoping to get the necromancy class. Nope. Cool. Tentacle. Active students in this room slightly improve their demonology and portal magic skills but slowly lose sanity. It's the day of the tentacle. Assassin's Arena, a classroom that allows students to quickly improve their assassination skills. It's not really magic, sure, but mages with a secondary class are very popular. Or Skull. The needs of active teachers in this room increase more slowly and they may lose their unionized trait. It is actually an ancient torture method that consisted of melting a candle on top of someone's head. I'm going with the Assassin's Arena for the similar reason as to why we went with, like, the demonology classroom or whatever it was that we went with, which is that we'll gain shadow mana faster for each shadow classroom that we have, and then we can use that to try to get ahead in necromancy. One student. Let's go see. We're almost back in the positive with the adventurers, so let's go see them. She turns around and points out a combat instructor who is available to teach you a lesson. We've already done this one. We have a few students who could learn now as an available option, though. I don't know. I'm not going to go with this one because I don't need that card. I mean, I don't really know what it does, but that's all the gold I have. I'd have 1 gold left. So we already have drawn 2 new werewolf cards, and we've gotten 10 new werewolves. We already have a stable, and we got it in this episode. No, maybe we didn't, but we already have it and we could upgrade it. Or we could get Plant That Eats Scholar's Hands. Active characters in this room lose a lot of boredom, but also lose a bit of health. The plant was previously only used in botanical studies, but they've since been placed in the kitchen to clean the dishes. I don't know how bored or healthy my students are, but since we don't have an infirmary, I'm a little bit hesitant. I'm going to upgrade the stable instead. We're still waiting to get either an aquarium or 3 refectories. Yep. But we can keep this on hold pretty much as long as we need to. Okay. Unicorn Horn, Sleeper Soul, Alcohol, Sylvan Elixir again. Great. Are we gonna get up there? We've only earned 949 of 8,000 natural mana. So I don't know if we're gonna get all the way up there. I've got students. Student. I've got the Adventurers Guild. Greetings, Mage. During our last dungeon expedition, we killed a demon lord and found his cat. He's without an owner and we can't bring ourselves to abandon him. Would you like to adopt it? I don't have time to take care of it. Sure, I'll make a dry food budget. Is minus 200 gold, receives the card Witch's Cat. Nope, could have consequences later on, or maybe triggers a new event. I'm gonna say maybe. Huh, we need an answer actually. Is it yes or no? What? This is the silliest. I only have 293 gold, so I'm gonna say no. I don't know what event it apparently triggers later on, but we'll see. Okay. We've had all of these things come up already. I'm gonna improve our Chamber of Truth. Actually, I'm just gonna sell this card and draw from our shadow deck. Infernal Pact permanently improves a teacher. This teacher is not paid and can improve your reputation with the Lord of Evil while teaching. It's the kind of contract you don't break so easily. Demonic Chamber, a classroom that allows students to quickly improve their demonology skills. This room is secured for demon summoning. Honestly, it is. Oh, I've already read this today. Or Prison, which we've also already read today, and is the one I'm going to go with this time. Can I put the gazebo in anywhere yet? No. I'm gonna sell that Lightroom. I can draw from our nature deck, and let's hope like aquarium comes up. No, of course not. Orc Hound decreases the desire of active students in the same room to misbehave and bites them occasionally to speed up the learning process. Greenhouse, a classroom that allows students to quickly improve their herbalism skills. The greenhouse ensures a warm and damp working environment. Students love it. I sometimes don't realize that I've read a card until I get to that section. Or Fairy Butterfly Wings. When a student is at least level 1 in herbalism and elementalism, they receive fairy butterfly wings, which prevent them from misbehaving. This demands one hunts and picks the wings of an old endangered butterfly species, which is a bummer. However, they do have beautiful colors. I'm going to go with the greenhouse. I can't put it anywhere. Is this broken up, or is it just a small buildable area? The latter. Let's go see someone, I guess. We're back in the positive with the adventurers, so I don't want to go see them. I want to see people that can help along our mana gains. And I don't remember who can do that. The king gives us gold. I think the peasants can help us with nature mana. The atmosphere has become somber. The farmers keep to themselves and the children look sad. The last harvest has been bad. We have the same things we always have when we come to visit the peasants, but since we haven't come this time, I'll read them. We came with fertility potions for your animals. Take it free of charge. Requires 25 nature mana. Receives plus 20 rep. I just want to make sure all is well. Dear neighbor is plus 5 rep. We've come to make a deal to supply the university kitchen. Draws the card refectory. Requires 15 rep. Receives minus 30 gold. So I'm going to keep that in mind, because if we have 3 refectories, we can do our lake monster quest. We'll help you take our crops. Requires a greenhouse. Is rep plus 10, or with this you'll never run out of money. Requires philosopher's stone, rep plus 30, and prestige plus 5. I'm gonna just making sure all's good. See you later. Can't believe it's already been like 45 minutes that we've in this episode. Suppose we can draw from our arcane deck. Wow, Gazebo really wants to come up. Interdimensional room, a classroom that allows students to quickly improve their portal magic skills. This room does not need a teacher, but lowers student sanity. Teacher unions forbid work in such a horrible room, so students are in there alone. Gazebo we already have 2 of in hand. Or elemental shoulder pads. When a student is at least level 2 in arcane magic, they receive elemental shoulder pads, making it so learning arcane magic also generates gold up to 10% of arcane magic gained. Transmutes lead into gold by siphoning student energy. We're not focusing on arcane magic. It just happens that we're gaining a lot of it. So I'm going to take the card Interdimensional Room, and then I'm going to scrap it. What does she want? Solstice Ball. Didn't we already do this? The Solstice Ball is around the corner. This is a good opportunity to forget the war. Yes, we did. What are you preparing? We can do more things now. I'll do this one and put in a second refectory. And then we just need that 3rd refectory to talk to the this guy, the lake monster. We have graduates. 100 natural mana and 100 arcane for circus handler. I think it's the first time we've seen that. Peasant we see a lot. There we go. Village mage is better. Smuggler. 100 shadow mana and 100 arcane. I'll take that. And imp reduces the cost of shadow cards by 1. That's like negligible 1. But I'll stay with it. Man. Okay. Demonic Horns. When a student is at least level 3 in Demonology, they get Demonic Horns. They now deal twice as much damage in combat. I wouldn't want to get headbutted by that. Black Dragon. The Black Dragon wanders around the school. Any active student it crosses paths with learns shadow magic more effectively for a few minutes. The Black Dragon is known for its ties to shadow magic, but would rather be known for being kind-hearted. Or Demonic Chamber, a classroom that allows students to quickly improve their demonology skills. This room is especially secured for— wow, I've read this so many times. I told you, sometimes I don't know till I get there. I think we have a lot of decks that are about to pop. Arcane was up first. And we've read all of these. We'll upgrade our counselor's office. Students may gain access to an extra choice of future when graduating if they spend time with a counselor. We haven't read that one in this episode. We have Reliquary. Students working here learn light magic 50% faster and shadow magic 50% slower for a few minutes. It contains a powerful light artifact, the left molar of St. Hagatha. Sacred Stained Glass Window. Active students in this room slightly improve their sacred magic skills. It regularly gets cleaned with holy water to prevent the holiness from fading with time. Or Chamber of Truth, which we already have at level 2. I'm going to take whatever I take, I'm going to sell it. We'll take the Chamber of Truth. Potted Unicorn. Active characters in this room have a chance of creating unicorn horn component cards. There's sure to be a unicorn underneath. Fall Season Shoulder Pads. When a student is at least level 1 in Druidism and Herbalism, they get the Fall Season Shoulder Pads. Their health gains are now doubled. These pads' magical abilities help the body heal, plus they're biodegradable. Or Pig Chamber. Up to 3 students can use the Pig Chamber to communicate with the outside world and speed up communications with factions. Birds are outdated technology. With its aerodynamic contours, the guinea pig is the messenger of the future. I'm going to go with Pig Chamber. I'm going to put it right here in the middle because I can build up around it. Like, if I put it here, I can't put anything over it, really. I know what I'm trying to say. Oh, I forgot to put our greenhouse in. How long has that been sitting in our hand? I'm gonna have a really hard time placing buildings. Yeah, placing rooms going forward. Just because, like, these are both top-level buildings and they're next to each other, and they really limit the amount of stuff I can put over them. Or put in around them. DIY workshop. Some students are no good with magic. We must assign them manual tasks, otherwise they have absolutely no future. In that spirit, I've set up a DIY workshop so they may reveal their deeply hidden talents. A good initiative, but student safety must be paramount. Draws the card Protective Goggles. A hands-free alchemical kit would work wonders. Draws the card Alchemical Shoulder Pads. They must make weapons. Weapons are important. Requires Rune Scriptorium and draws 2 card Runic Spear. Have them make something pretty. I don't care if it's useful as long as it's pretty. Requires 1 temporal room, which we actually just sold. Draws the card Mechanical Owl, receives 5 prestige. We might not have sold temporal room, I don't remember. But it's definitely come up. Protective Goggles. When a student is at least level 2 in potions, they receive Protective Goggles, making it so learning alchemy also generates gold up to 10% of alchemy generated. Some say these goggles should be made available for all students, but here they're reserved for the best. We have stuff to make a potion. And we've made Bottled Glory, gain 5 prestige. We can draw from our standard deck. Shadow Room we already have and can upgrade if we want. Students Hall same. Alchemy Room, a classroom that allows students to slowly improve all their alchemy skills, runes, potions, and enchantment. I've read this one a million times. Okay, we'll upgrade our Shadow Room. I think I might just start reading less in general. Let me know what you think. I'm gonna go with Infernal Wings. Let's go visit someone. You notice many people in the village dressed in black, their faces betraying deep sadness. It seems a burial is taking place. Wait until the end of the ceremony to perform a necromantic ritual. Rep -20, receives 200 shadow mana, could have consequences later on. I'm gonna do this. And it's gonna be fun. The quick boost to shadow mana was really nice. I don't know what consequences it might have. You know what? It has been an incredibly long time since I have asked a question of the day. So here is a question of the day for you. If you could specialize in any school of magic that exists in this game, and you could practice that school of magic in real life, what would you go for? And I'm talking, you could be broad and say shadow magic or nature magic, or you could get granular and say like druidism or assassination. I don't know what you're into. So I'm curious about that. I think for me, it would be like druidism is an interesting one. I also am kind of interested in alchemy. Seems like fun. Pegasus Rider Duel has come back up. Do I want to do this? I think maybe no. That does not interest me, and I'm going to get 50 mana of every school. Students again. The peasants again. Monstrous feline. So there's a huge white monster, like a huge cat or something, that's attacking the village. It's already eaten 2 cows and 3 chickens. Is it yours? No, it belongs to the Adventurers Guild, is -20 rep with them. We'll send some students as reinforcements. Requires at least 1 monster hunter or 3 village guardians and is rep +20. Or no worries, we'll summon its previous owner to take it away. Is -300 shadow mana, rep +10, and 1 demon tapestry. I'm gonna just say it belongs to the Adventurers Guild. We'll throw them under the bus. Let's upgrade our janitor lodge. I'm gonna go Dolmen this time. Wow, they both want to be slow. But round belly is a better second negative trait than demanding. Demanding teachers are expensive teachers. Wow, we're getting a lot of stuff we've already had. Let's upgrade our Bright Staff Refectory. And visit the peasants again? Yeah. The village is bustling. The brand new reversible double-seated cart 3000 has just arrived. It's big, it's beautiful, and it's shiny, shiny, shiny. It's the best in the field of mechanical agriculture. You're really going to use that? Do you know how it works? Press the red, green, or blue buttons, or resell. Let's press blue. This cart is not just a cart. It knits sweaters directly from sheep. Clever. 300 gold is nice. That's nice. And we're getting there on the gold really fast, in fact. We're almost halfway. Oh, it's time to call it a day. We'll do students and graduates, and then we will end, and we'll hang out next time. That may not be true. Once I'm done with this, I'll probably have more mana, and maybe that's what I want. Maybe I want to spend that mana before we go. Abyssal Guardian was, wow, these are all 16.67%. Increases beast magic learning rate by 1.5%. That's the sharpest, more of a sharp increase than we normally see for things like this. I'm gonna reroll Village Guardian. Circus Handler, that's better. 100 natural mana, 100 arcane. Demon Hunter increases the efficiency of truth rooms by 1%. I don't care about truth rooms this time around, so I'm gonna reroll. Oh, I should have known. It's the highest, the most likely outcome. Adventurer gains 200 gold, we'll stay with that. Village Mage is fine. 100 Shadow and 100 Arcane is good, in fact. Got that twice. Cool, and we still can't spend our Shadow mana. But we can spend coin. Oh, Witch's Cat. This was the one we could have bought earlier on in the game. A creature that wanders around the school and reduces all the needs of the characters working in the same room. The cats of witches are not inherently magical, but who can say no to a pussy cat? And we'll put that in our stable. And Heatbox of the Future. Hunger decreases for active characters in this room. The good thing about that is that we do still have quite a few spots where we can put kitchen utensils. What even is this room? Oh, it's our second refectory. Nice. I forgot we had 2 now. Okay, and here is where we will end for the day. Thank you very much for hanging out with me, and for watching me stumble around and read too much and make a weird-shaped school and maybe get myself in trouble by having 2 top-level rooms right here in a small build space. I hope you have an amazing day. I hope you know how much I appreciate you, and I will talk to you very soon.